had a bear in for about 3 weeks, thanks to Royal Enfield Australia. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, Josh. Made a slip-on for it that pulls a bunch of weight off. Obviously gets rid of this big box underneath, which gets quite heavy and quite hot. And we basically just created a slip-on through to one of our Shorty mufflers for this system. Now, one of the quirks of this bike is for this slip-on piece to come off, you generally do need to loosen off your header flange nuts. Just going to remove these nuts so that we can get our exhaust system forward just a little bit to the point that we can get that slip-on piece off. So I like to remove these guys first. We've got a lower main support on the big bread box underneath the bike. That's on the left side of the bike. So we're going to pull that off first after we grab these off. It's another 12mm bolt. So far we're on single tool install. That will not last. Okay, so once we got that one done, we're going to go over to the slip-on component. That'll be the 10. So this is when we're going to start removing some of this bit. We've also got a 12mm just in there, in a really tricky spot by the look of it. Now, the lower exhaust mount for this big box here is right in the shittiest position. You could use a spanner to turn that off, but I find it's going to be easier just to remove our peg. We're just going to move this out of the way briefly, and then we're going to chuck some Loctite on that and put it back together. You may want to get yourself just a rag or a zip tie just to pull this up and away, because it will be still connected to all your brake lines, sensors and stuff like that. But you should be able to just tuck it out of the way whilst you're getting this exhaust off. Okay, there we go. Final bolt up here, and that's on a size 12 nut. All right. Not wanting to stretch our brake pedal housing piece here. Bring this up a little bit to get this out. It can be very tight and tricky. There we go. Just coming on that. So that muffler and slip-on is 6.5 kilos. That is the weight of many full exhaust systems for bikes. So given this bike has a big catalyst just here, this exhaust system, there's a shitload of weight savings that can be had from that. So from here we can put our foot peg back on. Just wanting a drop on that, it'll coat the thread a fair way through. Any buzzy, sort of high revving, high vibing bikes, definitely want to get on that. Now we're able to get our Kelpi link pipe slipped on. So you want to actually run this on the underside, and we're just going to slide that on there and get our clamp about there. We can begin to fit up our muffler in a second. Just need to use our supplied fasteners. I think with this client we're going to go for a standard baffle, but we're going to put on the no baffle setup just to get a bit of sound first. Chuck your bolt in. with your spacer, align it up with your piece. Standard linear springs. So going back to the front of your headers, these should have cooled off by now. So if the factory torque it up to say 12 newton-meters, I like to go up to about 15, which is not a mass amount of force to be on these, but they got fresh, fairly fresh, as in this bike's only done a small amount of Ks, exhaust gaskets. Only been tightened up factory-wise once. Once that's done, you're right to tighten up your clamp. All right, that's actually all that's required to fit up the slip-on. You want to hear it? In my opinion, that is just way better than no baffle, because zero restriction in terms of horsepower at all on this 45 horsepower bike, and it just sounds a lot smoother. That just sounds fantastic.